So what do we have here? This is card JPY. We have card JPY here, and I think I'm gonna post this signal in the group now, so those in my community can get involved in this trade. And so I'm just gonna be all right. So I just posted this this setup on my community now. So why did I take this sell here? Okay, let me explain to you. You can see that this is card JPY, card JPY, and we have been trending downward. You see price has been breaking structures to the downside. Then this is the previous structure, a break of structure again. So all we want to do is that we want to be following the trend, guys. That is the logical thing to do, is to follow the trend. So the recent high was here, and the recent high broke this structure to the downside. So this is a break of structure to the downside, so we are clearly bearish. So where do we enter from? This is our external structure. The external structure controls every other structure that's happening inside this zone. Everything that is happening here is called internal structure. So the internal structure must align with the external structure. And how is that going to happen? Is that when after price did this break of structure, price is doing a pullback. So when price is pulled back, notice how when price is pulling back to this zone that initiated this break of structure, is that the internal structure is currently bullish. The external structure is bearish, but internal structure is currently bullish. So we have to wait patiently for the internal structure to shift structure that is aligning with the external structure, which is bearish. So when price got to this key level that I marked that this is my area of interest, my order block. If you see that why I took this trade, because if you check the order block, if you check closely, there is a fair value gap sitting right there. So this imbalance, the price came back, fill up the imbalance, price immediately price did that, it pulled up to this order block and reacted from there immediately. Immediately price reacted from that order block, it shifted structure. So now if you look closely again, you will see that this candle engulfed this other candle. This black candle here engulfed this other candle. So this is a valid order block. So eventually, if this zone here that I've met all my criteria for entry does not hold price, and price eventually breaks this high here, price eventually move above and breaks above this structure, then price has indicated that has shifted structure from bearish to bullish. So I don't have to chase, I don't have to go against the trend. I have to follow what price is telling me. Then I will change my bias from selling to buying. So that is basically how it is. So this trade is currently active. I just posted this trade on my community now. So I'm selling from here, and this is my stop loss. This is where I'm targeting. This recent low is where I'm targeting. If I switch to a lower time frame, you're going to see this clearly. So this trade is currently active, and if you look closely, we are already in profit. So let's just hold, watch and see how price react to this zone. This is card JPY. If I just joining the live, you are welcome. If you want me to analyze any chart, drop a message and I'll be analyzing any charts that you want me to analyze live here. So after this, we are going to go to synthetic indices. We are going to analyze. I'm going to show you the trades that I'm currently active on synthetic indices. This is Forex assets. So synthetic indices, I'm currently active on volatility 75. Let me quickly show you what's going on volatility 75, and I'm active on this trade. I'm in a buy trade. I'm actually buying volatility 75. So I actually trade both synthetic indices and forex pairs. So if you are someone that normally trades synthetic indices and you're following me a lot, you see that I usually come live to analyze the chart, and this particular trade you are seeing here was analyzed live on this channel. You can go back to the previous live and you can see that when price was around here, what made me took this trade, this buy trade here that's currently printing profits here, is that you can see that price broke this previous structure here to the upside. There's a break of structure, right? So we are in an uptrend. I want to look for buys. So when price, I waited patiently for price to retrace back to this key level here. When price retrace back to this key level here, I didn't just buy immediately. I always wait for confirmation, and that has been what has been helping me to, preserve my account to stay long enough in the game. So you don't always, it's not advisable to always take aggressive entry, because most of the times if you are doing it in the long run, your account is going to be in danger. So immediately when price retraced back to my key level, I waited for a market structure shift. Again, you can see the same thing that happened on the external structure. You can see that I waited for it to happen again on the internal structure. So this is a clear indication that price is ready to respect this area of interest that I just marked. So if you are just joining us, do well to subscribe, because I do come on live every day to analyze the charts like this. And me and my community, we always analyze the chart and make money together. So if that is something like, do well to subscribe, share the live, and hit the like button. So you can see that when price reacted from this zone, when price did a pullback, I now marked out this level here. Let me show you clearly, because I always show my viewers, I always show my community member every single entry that I'm taking. So you can see that when price broke structure to the upside, I marked out this zone. This is my order block, right? And if you check closely, I always want fair value gap to be close to my order block. That gives my my entry more confidence. So when price tapped into that zone, you can see that when price got to that zone, when price tapped into that order block that marked that, you can see that there was a rejection there. Immediately price did that, price started to print bullish. So we are currently active on this trade. We are buying currently. You are welcome, guys. You are welcome. You can type on the chat where you are watching from. Let me know where you are watching this live from. If you want me to analyze any chart, just type it in the comments. I'll be analyzing any asset, both forex, synthetic, and crypto assets. I'm analyzing any asset live on this live currently. So this is basically why I got involved in this buy trade, guys. I got involved in this buy trade after waiting patiently for all my entry criteria to play out. After price got in here, shifted structure, tapped into that zone, and I'm currently buying, and I'm in profit on this volatility to 75. So let me show you what is happening on volatility 50 index. Also, this particular trade I'm showing you now was analyzed live here. The same thing I'm doing now, I'm analyzing this trade. It was also analyzed live on this chart. So Let me go to a lower time frame so you can see this clearly while in this trade. So I've been selling volatility 25. That was on Saturday last week. So this particular setup was analyzed live here on this stream. So you can see that I got involved in this trade. I sold all the way down to my key level. This is my key level that I marked here. This key level, immediately price, I was anticipating for price to come back down to this low and take out this low, but I already marked out this zone that if I start to see rejection around this zone, I'll take my profit manually. So do you get? Don't always be greedy. Don't always be greedy. Always waiting for price to hit your TP. Sometimes when you start to see a rejection close to your TP, learn to take your profit. So immediately price got there, price started to reverse, and then see what price did around this zone. So when price did this, price will normally, if price want to follow normal market structure, there's supposed to be a sell from around here. Price is supposed to come back here and sell from around here downward. But here is what price did. Price went ahead and violated this high, broke it again, break of structure, pull back, break of structure again. So let me show you something unique that happened inside this price range here that made me want to buy from here. So when price broke structure, it did a pullback, it broke structure again. If you look at this zone here that I marked out here is my area of interest. So when price pulled back to that zone, I started to wait for price to start giving me that confirmation that is ready to pull up. So what I did is that when price got to this zone, I got my entry from here. I put my stop loss like below this low. Then I'm targeting this high here above. So I'm targeting this high here. So this is where I'm targeting my nearest area of interest. So this high is where I'm targeting. So if price gets here and close with a full body candle from around here, then that means with that price has done another break of structure. So I'll continue to look for buy entries. But if price gets to this place and you just wick that zone and retrace back, then that means price is still ready to reverse a bit. So currently we are live in this trade, we are in profit. I'm going to be riding this trade all the way up to this zone. So let me show you what is happening on volatility 25. Volatility 25. Yeah. So if you learn a good strategy, guys, if you learn a good strategy, the thing is that when you learn price action, market structure, you understand the algorithm, the way market structure works, you can confidently trade any asset. You can see me now, I can trade Forex, I can trade synthetic, I can trade crypto, because the strategy I use can analyze and trade any assets. So I just keep things simple, no indicators, just following pure price action. So you can see that price has been consolidating around this zone for a while. So what I'm anticipating on volatility 25 is that I want price to do a pullback to this zone that I marked out. So this is a breakout block, this zone here that I marked it. You see price broke over it. This is a key zone that price broke above. So what I'm expecting for price to do is for price to retrace back to that zone that was violated, because that zone now becomes a breakout block. And I'll be taking my entry from around here, but I'm not going to be entering blindly, guys. I'm not going to be entering the trade blindly. What I'll do is that when price gets to this zone, there are some certain candle formation that I want price to show me around here, around this zone, before I will take the buy. So if price does not give me that confirmation here, I will not take any trade. So this will now be my second area of interest. This is my second area of interest. So if this place does not hold price, then this place will definitely hold price. So that is basically how what I'm anticipating on volatility at 25. So if you want to learn a strategy that actually works, if you want to learn how to analyze the chart without relying on indicators, strictly price action, strictly you and your chart, then you can use the link in my bio to message me directly on WhatsApp, and we can discuss on how you can get started to learn how to trade like a pro. You can also join my free Telegram community where I post daily setups and signals. You can join for free because right now we are already in a trade on Forex. We are in a trade on on card JPY. So I'm looking to sell on this particular market. I'm in a sell on this particular trade, and this setup was posted live on the free Telegram community. So you can also check the description. You can also check my bio to get access to this free community where I post daily signals, and I've already explained why I took this sell here. I already explained why I took this sell here. You can see that we are clearly in a downtrend. Price has been breaking structure, and so price gave me a reason to sell from here, and I'm targeting this low or here. So there's, if price eventually respects this my zone and start to sell all the way down to here, I'll be looking for rejections around this area. I will not always wait for price to come and take out this low, because most of the time price might get here and start to reverse against you. So always know how to when to exit the trade. Let me check what is happening on USD JPY. USD JPY, one of my favorite pair. And all right, so first of all, we go to a higher time frame to see what price is saying. So from the higher time frame, you can see that we are clearly in an uptrend. Price did a recent break of structure to the upside. Price pull back to a key level around here. So after price pull back, you can see this big movement to the upside. So where do you think that we can buy from? We can buy from somewhere around here. So we can wait for price to come back to somewhere around this zone. So when price does that retracement, before doing that, we are also going to be looking for some kind of liquidity build up around this zone. So when price gives us that liquidity build up, then take out the liquidity, then we'll get involved in the trade from around here. And so let's just for now we do the waiting game, because clearly I only want to be looking for buy opportunity on USD JPY currently, only buy opportunities. So any opportunity I see, I'll be taking a buy on this asset. So what is happening on Euro JPY? If you are just joining the live, I do come on live every day to analyze the chart and take sniper entries, and also you also get to learn a lot on my live. So if you are new, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't get to miss when I come on live, and so you can get to learn some things, So what's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening? I'm not gonna lie, we are clearly in a downtrend. So our external structure, this is card JPY. This is okay. This is Euro JPY. Euro JPY. You are seeing here on the chart. Euro JPY. So if you look at the external structure, price did a pullback. Price broke structure, breaking this low. So this low was broken by this guy. So this is a break of structure to the downside. So what we want to do now is we will wait for the internal structure to align with the external structure overflow. So this is the structure of the external structure: swing high, swing low. All right, so now we want to be looking for how to sell Euro JPY. We want to be looking for how to short on Euro JPY. So here's what price did on Euro JPY, breaking this a previous low. So after breaking this previous low, so we want to be looking for how to sell. We want to be looking for how to sell. And where do we sell from? Where do we sell from? I think I'm going to be selling from around here. So there's a reason why I'm selling from around this zone, guys. There's a reason why I'm selling from around here, because number one, if you look, there is a fair value gap that is sitting right there. There's a gap there, and there's a key zone here. There's a key zone that I just marked out there, and you can see that when price got to that zone, price reacted from there immediately. Price reacted from that zone immediately, pull back again and again. So I'm just going to be looking for that perfect timing when I can get involved in this sell. So I'll be monitoring it closely for me to see that shift in structure, that sign that price is ready to start to sell. So I'm expecting a major sell on Euro JPY currently, a major sell on Euro JPY, and just gonna be observing the chart for that. And make sure you do your back testing. This is not a financial advice, guys. Make sure you do your back testing and verify before you take any trade. So I'm expecting a major sell from around this zone on Euro JPY. So let me check what is happening on Euro USD. So this is Euro USD, guys. Euro USD. First of all, we're gonna look what's happening on the external time frame, on the daily time frame, so we can know what price is doing. So I think price has respected this zone. I think price have respected this zone, And so the next zone that I'm expecting price to push up to is around here. I want price to push up to somewhere around here. This is where price is currently, so I'm expecting price to push up all the way up to this zone. This is so this is what I'm expecting price to push up to this zone. And how do we get involved in this trade? How do we get involved in this trade? You can see that there's a clear engulfed candle. This green candle engulfed above this bearish candle, so this is a strong bullish signal. And you can see that after price engulfed, price created another bullish candle. Then this bearish candle you are seeing here, price opened from here, it pushed down a bit, so this is a pullback. Price did a pullback all the way to this zone. So after the pullback, you can see that price might close from here. If price close from here and open another candle, it's going to be a bullish candle, going to be opening from around here, or pull back a bit, then push above, push price all the way up to this zone I'm expecting it to come to. So let me now switch to a lower time frame so you can see what I'm trying to say. All right. Perfect. Come back there. Okay. All right, so so this is my bias, guys. This is Euro USD. So this is basically what is happening right now on Euro USD. So I want to take a buy. I want to take a buy from around here, guys. I want to take a buy from around here, and I'm targeting that zone that I told you about from the higher time frame. So this is what I'm targeting. So this will be my first TP. Yeah, this will be my first take profit. So price has given me what I want to see see that price violated this previous high. This is a breaker block. This here is a breaker block. So after price did that, price retraced back to that zone, reacted from there. You can see this bullish candle reaction, and so I'm just gonna set my stop loss here. I target this nearest high here. So that is basically what I'm anticipating on this particular asset. So that should be all for now. I'll be going offline now, and you guys can go back to your chart and do your back testing. You can also subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever I'm coming live to do live analysis, because I come on live now. I'm coming live often now, so make sure that you always tune in to learn something new from my life and how to become an independent trader. You can also join my free community where I post signals, and be a part of the community too. So this is the end of this section, and stay tuned to when I come back live. See you guys. Bye.